how to stop self-sabotage and get out of your own way, and the 6 things you must quit doing now to be more successful. All right, so the first form of self-sabotage is when you feel like you don't deserve whatever that level of success is that you want. It could be because of your environment, the type of people you hang around. I've always said if you are the smartest or most successful person of the top 5 people that you hang around, you need a new crew. That doesn't mean you get rid of your old crew, but you have pretty much elevated yourself to a level to where you need more influence and guidance if you want to go further. Now, that's not saying that you artificially make relationships with people because you want to learn, because you want to get something from them. What that's saying is that if you want to be on a trajectory going up, you need to be hanging out with people that are on a similar trajectory. And if the people that you're with are staying flat, then they're not going to help you rise to the top. And that's just the truth. It is what it is. So when you feel like you don't deserve it, it could be because the people around you make you feel as though you've already kind of made it, so to speak. So you don't want to achieve or try for anything else, even though you may want it, you just don't do it for some reason. It's kind of inherently a mental thing, or it could be fear. You're like, okay, I'm already good. My career's good. My family's good. Everything's okay. Yeah, I want to do something else, but I don't want to tip the apple cart. So that could be another reason how you're self-sabotaging yourself. So I'll give my own personal example. I've always had this drive and this desire to be independent, be an entrepreneur, but I fell into the whole job routine. I was a slave to the paycheck. I couldn't help it. I was like, having that regular money coming in was like, okay, and it gave me a sense of security. But after being let go 2 times in 10 years, for different reasons, that paycheck is good, but it makes you, what's the word I'm looking for? It puts you in a weird place when that paycheck isn't there. The first time I lost my paycheck, I went into panic mode. I was like, what am I going to do? I got to find a job. I got to find it quick. But the second time I was like, deuces, okay? Because I had a whole different mindset. I wasn't scared anymore. So that is number one, fear of feeling like, feeling like you don't deserve that level of success. And since I have left corporate America for the second time, this time has been way more fulfilling personally, financially, emotionally than when it happened the first time. So you do deserve it. What does it say in the Bible? You deserve the world and the richness thereof. Hi, Percy. Thank you for joining in. It's good to see you here. I don't know that exact scripture, but it says in the Bible, I come that you may have life and have it abundantly. And if your life is a treadmill or a hamster wheel of getting up, going to work, coming home, fixing dinner, taking care of the kids, sleep, and then repeat, then that's kind of, if you like it, I love it. That's all I'm going to say about that. The second way of self-sabotage is the fear of being vulnerable. A lot of us are scared to kind of put ourselves out there. For a very long time, I was scared to put myself out there. Network marketing has such a negative connotation because people make it that way. Oh, is that a pyramid scheme? Oh, that's one of those one things. I don't want to hear about that. But at the end of the day, network and affiliate marketing have made more millionaires than anybody working for somebody else. Okay. So it is the easiest and most cost-effective way that you can become self-sufficient. It is the only way that I personally know of that you can build a team of like-minded people who share your hopes, dreams, desires, and goals. And you can put yourself out there. So if you'd have talked to me 10 years ago and I'm like, yeah, I'm in network marketing and but now you ask me, I'm like, yeah, that's what I do. I do that. I do coaching. I do a lot of things. I have many streams of income coming in at this point in my life. So being scared to kind of put yourself out there because you want to stay in your comfort zone is a second way that you self-sabotage. Or technology. I'm working with a client now who is, when I say computer illiterate, I am like computer, what is those books, the books for dummies? Yeah, I don't even know if one of those books would help him, but that's okay. We are working through it and we are working together. But he was scared to take the next step in his business because he didn't know how to use technology. Now, none of the typical stuff was working for him. The 3-foot rule, making a list, talking to friends, family, neighbors, and strangers was getting him nowhere. And so I told him, you really need to go online and get out of your comfort zone. And he finally admitted to me in our second week of coaching that he was really scared to do the internet because he didn't know how. So that opened up a whole new world for me to show him how super easy it is and how he can build his base. So you got to just be vulnerable. You got to take that leap of faith and know that God will catch you. Another phrase is you jump and build a plane on the way down. But you just got to take that step and be vulnerable. I mean, at the end of the day, we are all human beings. We all have our flaws. We all have those little quirks in us, but it's what you do with those quirks that will get you to the next level. The third form of self-sabotage is you want to protect your ego. Are you one of those people who never let them see you sweat, who always wants to show your success but never your failures? If that's you, then you need to let that go. You know, I can tell you in this business journey that I've had over the last year, there's been feast and there's been famine. But I think of it like in the Bible. What was that? Oh, gosh, I believe it was Joseph that told Pharaoh to store up the goods for 7 years. And then when the famine came, that they would have because they stored it for 7 years. Well, that's what you have to do as a business owner. When things are rolling good, make sure you stack your chips, because there will come those lulls where you may have to resort to those chips to get by until that feast comes again. So don't be egotistical. Having a big ego is good. Thinking highly of yourself is wonderful. Self-confidence is a must. However, don't let your ego be so big that you don't take the necessary steps to be a better person, to be better in your business. A lot of people talk of the imposter syndrome. I don't know if you heard what that is, but the imposter syndrome is kind of like the fake it till you make it. It's being someone you're not. When you are showing that face to the world, you're not being yourself. And we all want to be, you know, that successful person, that happy person, whatever you want to be. That's what a lot of us choose to, that's what a lot of people want to be, but a lot of us choose to show a fake face. You know, the commercial with the popsicle stick in the face with the half smile or whatever. Just be real and be true to yourself, because at the end of the day, you have to look in the mirror and be okay with you. So if you got a big ego, set that to the side and realize that that is another form of self-sabotage. Don't be an imposter. Be true to yourself. Be true to the game, and you will see the results. And I am living proof that that happens. So how do you get over these three self-sabotaging techniques? First, you have to be aware of what you're doing. So if something makes you uncomfortable or there's something you don't want to do, then you need to do it anyway. I mean, it goes along with anything in life. If you know those dishes are piling up in the kitchen sink, do the dishes. They're not going to do them by themselves. If you know that you need to buy that class, take that training, get that coach, get that mentor for your business, take that step. You may think, oh, but I don't have the money. But how much more money will you have if you let somebody teach you the right way to do things? And that's why it's so important that you be aware that you are self-sabotaging yourself. I do it myself a lot. I have to catch myself, especially with my Facebook ads. If I'm running a Facebook ad, and I usually like to run my ads so they get to 1,000 impressions. And if I see at 1,000 impressions, my cost per click is too high, my click-through rate is not where I want it to be, and I'm at 770 impressions, I'll be ready to pull the plugs. I'm like, oh, it's a dog. It's not making any money. But mentally, I have to tell myself, you go to 1,000, and lo and behold, I hit 1,000, and then all of a sudden, click-through rate goes through the roof, cost per click goes down to $1.25. I mean, all those things kind of happen, but I am aware that that's my form of self-sabotage, and so I have to pull myself back and say, okay, you have rules, follow the rules, let it run. And most often I get pretty good results. And then the second way to stop self-sabotage is to have a plan. If you have a plan to succeed, then you don't have a plan to fail. And that's what I always say. If you don't have a plan to succeed, you automatically have a plan to fail. So you need to have a plan. And then last but not least, I want you to identify the causes of your self-sabotage. What is making you sabotage yourself? I'm going to say it again. Is it your environment? Is it the people that you're hanging around? Is it your fear of the unknown? Not knowing the outcome stops a lot of people. You know, some people just like to know how stuff is going to turn out. Well, unfortunately, the only person that knows how an action is going to end up is God. And until you become God, the only way you'll find out the result is to take the leap of faith. Take that step to make it happen, and you will be surprised at the results you get. And the good thing about it is, even if you fail, you're failing forward. You took that action, you didn't get the result you expected, but you got the knowledge. Okay. All right. So that's my tidbit for today: how to stop self-sabotage and get out of your own way, how to recognize the things that you're doing that are self-sabotaging yourself. And I just put the blog in there under the pinned comment: 6 things you must stop doing now if you want to be more successful. All right. That's it for me for today. I am Cecilia, your engineer by education, home business owner by desire. Make sure you click the link in the comments if you are watching me on Facebook. If you're watching this on YouTube, it will be in the description. And on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell so that way you get notified every time I put some more knowledge out there. All right, my friends, it's Hump Day Wednesday. I'll see you next time.